Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and staying home to keep yourself safe from COVID 19. And as we have started this chapter, Lifeline of the National Economy, in this chapter, we are going to discuss in this particular module about the roadways. So, let us begin, students. Roadways. You are very much familiar about this roadways as this connect the place to place, door to door. In India has one of the largest road network in the world and aggregating about 56 lakh kilometer. In India, roadways have preceded railways. In some terms, the railways is important, and most of the ways, the roadways are more important than railways. As without roadways, the railways importance of no means because this roadways only connect the different railway stations different places to the railway stations. They still have an edge over railways in views of the ease with which they can be built and maintained. Means the roadways can easily be built and maintained. The construction cost of roadways comes lesser than the railways and maintenance cost also comes lesser than railways. The growing importance of road transport vice versa. Rail transport is rooted in the following regions. First, construction cost of roads is much lower than that of railway lines. Routes can traverse comparatively more dissected and undeveloped topography. As you know that railways are moving through the railway tracks and they have a limit to follow the slope, but the roads can be constructed over any kind of slopes. Roads can negotiate higher gradient of slopes and as such can traverse mountains such as Himalayas. Road transport is economical in transportation of few persons and relatively smaller amount of goods over short distances. If we want to carry any goods or the people for short distances, that railway is of no importance at that place. And carrying the smaller quantity of goods also looks cheaper through the roadways than the railways. It also provides door to door service. Means roads can reach door to door of the people. Thus the cost of loading and unloading is much lower than the railways. Road transport is also used as a feeder to other modes of transport such as they provide a link between railway stations, air and sea ports. So this way, without roadways, the other means of transport cannot help the people for the transportation activities. In India, routes are classified in the following six classes according to their capacity. Look at the map. Means this is the map where the national highways and find out about the significant role played by these roads. As you can see in the map, almost each and every place here in this map, mainly the major places have been located by connecting the roads. Golden quadrilateral superhighways. As the word golden quadrilateral given, the golden as this in this map you can see that yellow colored these roads. These are the Golden Quadrilateral joining the major cities of the countries. The government has launched a major road development project linking Delhi, Kolkata, Chennai, Mumbai, and Delhi by 6-lane super highways. The North-South Corridor linking Srinagar and the Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu. This North-South Corridor is starting from here to this place. This road you can see of a little different color, and East-West Corridor, North North-South Corridor and the East-West Corridor you can see through this color it is looking, joining these two main places. One is Silchar, Assam, another is Porbandar, Gujarat. If this map you can see here also. In this map, Porbandar is starting from here and reaching here on the way. Here, Kanpur of Uttar Pradesh is coming on the way. Lucknow is also on this road and reaching to this Silchar in Assam. Similarly, here starting that north-south corridor, starting from the Srinagar and reaching to this Kanyakumari on the way. Some major cities you can see Delhi, Jhansi, Agra, then Nagpur, Nizamabad. So these are the different places, major places on the way. The major objective of these superhighways is to reduce the time and distance between the mega cities of India. These highways projects are being implemented by the National Highways Authority of India, that is NHAI. Now national highways. National highways link extreme part of the country. These are the primary road system and are led and maintained by the Central Public Work Department CPWD. A number of major national highways run in north-south and east-west directions. The historical Sher Shah Suri Marg is called National Highway number 1 between Delhi and Amritsar. So you can search this road on the map, National Highway between the Delhi and Amritsar. Let us see between Delhi and Amritsar, Delhi and Amritsar in Punjab. Here the fonts are not clear. So here the I think this is the National Highway number 1. Now the state highways. The state highways are the routes linking a state capital with different districts headquarters are known as state highways. These roads are constructed and maintained by the State Public Work Department PWD in state and union territories. Now district roads. These roads connect the district headquarters with other places of the district. As your state highways are linking the state capital with the other places in the state. Similarly, in district roads, the district headquarters is connected with the other places in the district, and these roads are maintained by the Jila Parishad. Other roads, the rural roads which link rural areas and villages with towns are classified under this category. These roads received a special impetus under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. Means under this Gramin means Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana, the focus is there over this kind of roads, and these are very well connecting the different villages to the different town areas. Under this scheme, special provisions are made so that every village in the country is linked to a major town in the country by an all season motorable roads. All season motorable roads means that concrete roads you can see. Concrete roads are accessible in all the weather season. So that way, these are all season motorable roads. Now border roads. As the word given border roads. So this is mainly in the border areas of the country, not border areas of the state. It is the border areas of the country. Apart from these, border roads organizations BRO, a government of India undertaking constructs and maintains the roads in bordering areas of the country. These organizations have was established in 1960 for the development of roads of strategic importance in northern and northeastern border areas. As you know that in our country has the borders between India and Pakistan, India and Tibet, or in India and China, and India Bangladesh, India Myanmar. So these areas needs border roads because for the protection, for the defense point of view, the roads are very important for the movement of army and the arms and ammunitions. So this way, these border roads are maintained by this BRO. These roads have improved accessibility in areas of difficult terrain and have helped in economic development of these areas. Roads can also be classified on the basis of the type of material used for their construction, such as metalled and unmetalled roads. So metalled and unmetalled road means somewhere the you can say kacha road and pakka roads are maintained, or concrete roads and the brick roads are maintained. The metal roads may be made of cement, concrete, or even bitumen of coal. Therefore, these are all weather roads. Unmetal roads go out of use in rainy season. So this was all about today's topic, students, and whatever these topics here you saw, so please revise this topic in the chapter. So thank you, have a nice day, student. We'll meet in the next module.